the grand rising of the silent seers. I may not be intellectually book smart. That's a given based on my meager college GPA. I'm a different kind of smart, the kind of smart that is not valued in this world as of yet. It's the kind that won't currently be recognized with scholarships and promotions. It's the kind of smart that stay-at-home moms choose when they commit to fully immerse themselves in their sacred role as nurturer to children. It's the kind of smart that working moms choose when they commit to fully dedicating their intellectual smarts to provide for the family. She eventually brings her unvalued smart home to her family. It's the kind of smart that dedicated parents choose for giving a lifetime to a thankless, unpaid job, but still show up every freaking day because they want their kids to be a service to humanity in the future. It's the kind of smart that healers show when they choose to work for free for the betterment of others rather than deny healing to anyone based on insufficient coverage. It's the kind of smart that is amplified when she holds sacred space for the planet in meditation and prayer and trusts that her practice heals something in the world somewhere, although she'll never see the fruits of her labor. She awakens in the early morning hours to hold space for a planet who barely knows she exists. But what they don't know is that without her existence, it would no longer exist. This kind of smart is not for the faint of heart. It's a lot of effort for very little recognition, compensation, or appreciation. She is not one person. She is a collective of feminine, creative energy of all the power smart humans of the world. She shows up in all kinds of physical forms. It's the men, women, and even wise children of the world holding space for a future that actually holds promise for humanity. But she sets out each day to change her world by simply showing up. She is led by the smart that actually powers the world when no one notices. She is led by the quantum power of the heart. And the power of the heart cannot be overcome by manufactured power that actually is the one who holds no value. She continues powering the smart from her heart because that's what smart power does. It's the power that keeps on giving, even when the rest of the world demands even more because of the limitations manufactured power has put on the human collective. She does this because she is a seer. She is one who sees. She sees and works towards a better future when there is no evidence yet that it will exist. She is one who also sees the corrupt intellectuals of the now and knows their time is about to expire. She is a seer of all and is feared by those who deceive or don't yet see. Her natural power threatens those who still have to manufacture their own power. She works tirelessly for something that burns so deep within that she can no longer ignore the desire, a truthful state of existence for all. She doesn't understand why that is so threatening to the ignorant intellectuals who limit human life with lies, deceit, control, and corruption. She sees how effed up the world is and vows to make it better every day by doing the work. And dear ones, the work is exhausting. She even goes to bed most nights saying, "F this crap," knowing she'll willingly repeat it again tomorrow for the betterment of her world. She gives that kind of effort without expecting so much as a thank you from anyone. She certainly doesn't get paid monetarily for this work. She who sees was once so feared that the ignorant intellectuals found ways to manipulate the value right out of her. She shows up on time every single day for a humanity that won't recognize her value yet. She does it without knowing if she'll ever be compensated for her effort, but also recognizes she's already energetically compensated richly for it. She knows her value is necessary in this moment in time, so her highest self is given for the love of all humanity for free. This effort is the frequency of work, and that work is abundant AF right now. It's work in its rawest, most vulnerable, and natural form. This effort feels like labor pains that you decide to feel by not taking the meds. It's an effort of work that feels like being the first person in a fractured marriage to say, "When are we going to talk about the elephant in the room?" It's the effort that hurts your heart to its core when you hear yourself say to your teenagers, "I am truly concerned you will die if I don't take care of you." Seriously, the effort to keep teenagers alive today is monumental, energetic work. It's the effort that pierces her soul when she says, "You know what? Let's do a session on me," knowing that her work will help another even though she will not be paid for it. She does it anyway for the health of humanity. This effort is so willingly given day in and day out without even an IOU from anyone she works for. She does this all out of love. But love can feel like work sometimes. This smart work is the feeling, effort, and frequency that precedes birth. It's agonizingly painful at times, yet after the pain comes so much love for the very thing you hold that you'd give your entire life for it. All of that just flows. Her planet matters to her like her children matter to her. This kind of smart births lives. It births life. It births new worlds. It is the seat of creation. The smart we speak of here vibrates at a frequency of creation. This frequency awakens a new wave of seers and reveals the hidden corruption of ignorant intellectuals. This wave creates the rising of truth that the ignorant smart have feared. They know abundant creative power for the benefit of all is much more powerful than the money they are paid for being abundantly creative for their own benefit. To many, this kind of smart seems useless. To humanity, it is everything. Because the ignorant intellectuals are so afraid of this creative power that they have used their smarts to poison this power right out of you. It's why you are being given free cash to stay quiet. It's why you are being masked so you cannot fully see and connect. It's why you will be forced to be tested so your body absorbs nanochips to track your patterns, and vaccinated so your brain absorbs medical glue to distort your pineal gland, the seat of your smart power. Do not be fooled, sweet soul. They cannot take power from you when you awaken to what you know within. This kind of power is you. You too are a seer. You know it. You remember by simply trusting the elements again. The rising will remember now and will find each other, will band together, will bring this power of this rising to those dark intellectuals who use their smarts to quiet us. We'll face their darkness with a power they have only feared, but never saw with such ferocity. Do not be fooled by the ignorant intellectuals who force you to stay inside. They have their control reasons for that. Liberate yourself from the intellectuals who have stolen your power of seeing for way too long. Are you ready to claim your spot in the grand rising of the silent seers? Rising out of our silent spaces en masse into the world loudly, boldly, and intently. The ignorants are feeling this power rising. They are afraid. They know they do not have the manufactured power to resist the true wave of power that is forming. Sweet souls, it's time to create now, with no intention of receiving anything in return, yet knowing that what we create will return heaven on earth for all. And the rising of true global power will be restored that hasn't been experienced on earth for thousands of years. All by a kind of smart that will be rewarded richly and abundantly by those who so choose to awaken the seer within. We are the grand rising. The time is now. Thank you for listening to the Ascension Network podcast. This is where you'll find daily energetic upgrades to guide you through the intense transformational times we are navigating. Each message dives deeply into the frequencies of human life and gives new perspectives on how to shift them into higher states of being and higher states of global impact. Get full access to daily upgrades, plus monthly pyramid activations, weekly abundance code upgrades, weekly pop-up events, and the community, all within the Ascension Network. Learn more and join us at VedetteMayor.com. I'm your host, Vedette Mayor, and as a collective, We are ascending into higher frequencies of being to hold space for all of humanity to ascend into the new earth.